It worked! The Habs come out against the Blue Jackets, get a crucial win, the first win this season after not scoring the first goal. But the biggest story here wasn't the overtime goal, it was Juraj Slafkovsky breaking out after being on the fourth line, coming out, scoring a beautiful goal, getting an insane assist to Caufield. But it wasn't just him, Jesse. There was some other crazy stuff in this game, including Heineman now on a 20-goal pace. Brendan Gallagher dropping the mitts, and Cayden Primeau also standing tall in net for a crucial save late. There was a ton of stuff to get into, and a lot of things that went right, and even some bad luck that Montreal overcame coming up on this episode of Habs Digest. And we're just going to get straight into this, Jesse. I mean, our boy, drive the picture, that's the boy. Juraj Slafkovsky has been so good. He looked so good tonight. I'm so glad he broke out of that slump.
Absolutely, and we have so many fans from all over the world, Slovakia in particular, that come to really kind of cheer him on, and if you're we know we got fans from all over the world. If you're looking to move to Canada, or if you're living in Canada already, we got the solution just for you guys.
Rentals.ca, guys, has you covered. They are proud supporters of Team Canada and our channel. Guys, Rentals.ca has been supporting our national team defend their home ice in international competition. They've been helping thousands of Canadians find their home ice all across the country.
Find your home ice, whether it's in Edmonton, whether it's in Calgary, whether Toronto, beautiful Montreal, the most beautiful city of all, Quebec City, as you know, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Rental.ca has you covered. Their website, it's really clean, easy to use. The maps feature is really popular with a lot of people, where you're able to not only see the city of your choosing, but the neighborhood of your choosing as well, and find amazing listings right there.
Guys, Rentals.ca, they've been a supporter of us for a long time, and we genuinely like their product. We have used their product, and we suggest you do too. If you want to find your new home ice, check out their website. It'll be linked in the description and the pinned comment down below. Shout out to Rentals.ca for supporting the channel. Now let's actually get back to the video. I love these. Thank you, Rentals. It's actually so fun doing these. So we really appreciate if you guys checked out the sponsor. But let's just get into this here, Jesse. My goodness. Let's continue to talk about Slav right away, because our boy Slavzilla just came out tonight, looked like a different person. The effort, the energy was there every time he stepped on the ice. He was body checking. He was skating fast. He was creating incredible opportunities, and that first goal he got was no surprise again while he was on the ice with Suzuki. Maybe we can have a conversation about that, but my gosh, was he ever a different beast tonight.
He definitely was, Josh. And he was my favorite player coming into last year. I could say that unashamedly. So I want him to get back to this level that he was kind of showing. And again, you'll have that goal, but setting up that Caufield goal as well with that amazing assist, almost equally as nice as his goal. Like, again, playing a big, decisive part of the reason why we're getting the W tonight. So this was really big. We saw Dach take a couple steps kind of last game, but then we're seeing the same thing from Slafkovsky, two players that we need to have really step up their game. So you have to feel like this is really big for his confidence going forward.
Yeah, I mean, look at that mean mug. I mean, this wasn't from tonight. I just like this picture. But yeah, he came out. Wait, do I still have? Nope, not that. No, I don't have it anymore. Oh, that's a shame. But still, Juraj Slafkovsky was so good tonight, guys. I know you're all going to leave their love. Leave some Slavzilla comments down below, because we could talk about him all night long. But Jesse, the thing is, there's so much else we had to get into. And look, the big thing is, it did work for Slav tonight from Marty St. Louis, putting him on the fourth line. Slav had a different line tonight. Actually, I'll stick on him for a second. Him playing with Dvorak and Gallagher, they looked like they randomly had a lot of chemistry together. Like, it was a strange line. Just before you quickly move on, what were your thoughts on that trio tonight? I mean, I know we didn't expect Anderson to move away from that line, but I guess if you're going to replace him with anyone, Slav makes the most sense.
Yeah, and Slav's got a little bit of grit in his game too. I think kind of putting him with a player like Gallagher that plays a very straightforward type of game is, makes a lot of sense for Slav. He's got all the tools, so sometimes it's just about simplifying it a little bit there, just getting down to the basics that he really does so well, getting a little bit in those dirty areas as well, where it seems like Slav really thrives. So again, interesting, Gallagher, we know what to expect from him too. It's very rare where Gallagher's gonna lose his coverage too. Like, he's a good line mate to have as well. Defensively, he's sound there, so he definitely helps his line mates quite a bit as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, Slav actually still only logging 13 minutes tonight, the third least used forward behind only Joshua Waugh and Brendan Gallagher. There was the only two that, I guess Josh Anderson too. A lot of guys not playing that much in the forwards tonight, but really, really cool stuff. There's a lot to get into, but the other guy I wanted to focus on is this guy right here, Heineman. Holy crap, what a goal he had, Jesse. I mean, this guy right now has 5 goals in 21 games. That's a 19-20 goal pace. That was one of the sicker goals we've seen from any Hab this season, and Heineman has proven himself. I mean, we knew from the start of the season this guy had an NHL level shot. We saw him last year get preseason reps with Suzuki and Caufield. He's gotten his chances. Tonight he played a lot of time on ice. What was he at? Let's see. Let's take a look here. Emil Heineman, 13 minutes and 31 seconds after last game being his career high with about 14. Are you starting to think that maybe this guy could be a bigger part of this rebuild than we imagined?
You very well could. There's always surprises, both good and bad. In terms of prospects, some you think are going to pan out a lot greater, some not as much. Heineman's doing a little bit of everything right now. Like, we're seeing that he has a little bit of that offensive game, but also second among rookies in hits in the NHL. It's hard not to like a player like that. It's hard not to be more endeared to your head coach by kind of getting out on the ice and really putting that effort. But obviously, taking to the net where it really matters, which I think as well, Josh, was this a big thing for this team in period tonight? We talked about the pod yesterday, getting more shots on net. In the first period, they did that. They kind of got away from in the second and third. We were talking, it's like, okay, they're getting more shots on net. And I was saying to you, I was like, okay, but they just need to stay on that type of game plan. It's okay to get the shots, but you need to continue on to really have the success. They continue to get their opportunities as the game went on, but nice to see that obviously, Marty, they've had a talk about this. They've addressed it. Heineman exemplifying that so well, taking the puck to the net when it really matters.
For sure. 23 shots on the game, which is still not very good. That actually brings their season average down again. 5 of them from Cole Caufield, he's looked hungry these last 2 games. But really, really good stuff there. In that first period, shots were flying from everywhere. The Habs played with a ton of pace tonight, and I thought it worked well. Jesse, there's so much we could talk about. I do want to mention just briefly Caufield and Suzuki, because, look, this overtime, I know Hutson was part of this play as well. We'll talk about him in a second. Caufield and Suzuki, getting them back on track, I think, is one of the biggest things, especially with Laine now just around the corner. Do you foresee, with them getting back on track, do you foresee any line changes on that top line? Newhook looked pretty darn good with them tonight, but with Laine coming back, I'm not so sure that Newhook's got that permanent spot.
No, and I think Newhook knows that as well, but he's passing the eye test. He's bringing a lot of energy, which is really great to see. But Cole Caufield scoring his 13th goal, wearing the 13th from Johnny Gaudreau in Columbus, of all places. Like, when I saw that, I thought, okay, even though it's a tight game, the hockey gods just might be smiling on us tonight. He was just absolutely phenomenal. Cole, again, being the best player for the Montreal Canadiens this season. But Suzuki, not to be outdone. That was a beautiful finish in overtime. He felt like he really needed that, his 8th goal of the season. That was some beautiful hand-eye on that, to really get his rebound. But again, how good, and our viewers, how good is Lane Hutson looking just in a very small sample size in overtime? He looked so good on that open ice there. So nice to see him there. And I think it's something Habs fans that we're going to be seeing lots more in the future. I'm definitely here for that.
Dude, he's getting pressured like crazy. People are going at him, trying to bother him, and it doesn't work. Oh, he also got a crazy stat that I saw on Twitter from Mike Kelly. End-to-end rushes for all defensemen in the NHL. Lane Hutson has 36. Quinn Hughes has 35. Cale Makar has 27. Lane Hutson leads the NHL for defensemen in end-to-end rushes, and he's a rookie. This guy has been making plays happen. He's looked like he struggled a little bit at certain times with the pressure for a couple seconds, and then he just is like, you know what, no, now I know what to do. I've learned from it. So watching him play and evolve as no one can bother him. He's at the blue line, tiptoeing the blue line with a guy draped all over him, and he just gets away. That's the thing, Jesse. He creates, he's maybe not getting those goals. His shot doesn't look NHL, super high tier NHL caliber yet. It'll come eventually. He'll get his first goal, but for right now, I think the fact that he creates as much offense as he does is the biggest thing.
And as a rookie, leading these elite defensemen in this category is unreal, which kind of, lends oneself to think man, should Lane Hutson be bringing the puck in for us on the power play? Because I'm not going to lie, there's a couple times, even though our power play is pretty good, it's not too bad so far this year. We're around that top 10 sort of area, but it's for me, Lane Hutson is one of the best people in the NHL at zone entries. Mm-hmm. So why don't we kind of leverage that as having him the guy that's really entering the puck? Because for me, it's this is his strength. You're getting a guaranteed zone entry. We're often seeing he's the guy kind of dropping it back, for a Suzuki, for a Newhook. Suzuki's really great as well, but I think that Lane Hutson is even better at zone entries than Nick Suzuki. And I mean, the numbers go to back it up there. So I think really playing to his strength is something that we should look for in the future from the Montreal Canadiens.
I think it could be interesting. I guess they're worried that if he turns it over, they don't have a defenseman back, but like, you can cover for that. You can have forwards be behind him, right? Like, anyway, we'll see, but I think that could be something very interesting. There's only a couple more things I wanted to talk about, but I want to bring this up. So if you've made it to this point in the video, we're 10 minutes in. You're going to get, this is going to be hopefully something that sticks around. So, Jesse, you know what this is. So, there was a mystery box on Tricolore Sport where you get a stick and a jersey. The jersey still hasn't come in yet, but I get a game used stick from last year. And I got it from, I would say, the most iconic Montreal Canadien that has ever played. Where is it? Mitchell Stevens. So, the first game where I've had this hanging up here in the setup, Montreal wins the game in overtime. I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed win, but I'm officially coining the Mitchell Stevens stick. Where even is it? How do I do it? Yeah. The Mitchell Stevens stick is now the good luck charm of this channel. Jesse, are you on board with this? Mitchell Stevens has 0 points in 9 AHL games so far this season, by the way. But I'm calling my shot right now with this thing.
No, it's absolutely is good luck for the channel. Absolutely. You know, we don't care. He's still a member of this team, all the same. You
Habs
know,
legend.
I think it's absolutely I think it's absolutely awesome and a sign of very good things to come.
Whoops. We're not going to play that ad again. We don't need to. Go check him out if you want to. Just one more thing before we go. I did want to mention this. This was hilarious. Gally, like, please don't fight anymore. He took a pretty big shot in that fight as well. And Primeau with a great save. Primeau wasn't super spectacular or anything. What did you think about Gally dropping the mitts? I think is our final closing comment before we end this one off.
It's everything that we know and love about Gallagher. Is he knows going into this fight that he is severely, kind of undersized in this fight, but he just does it anyway. And you know what? He survives it. It's just another battle for him. While at the same time, getting that kind of riling up some of his teammates a little bit because they know he kind of lost the fight. They're still getting hyped about it because they're seeing Gallagher step up for his team, and those things on a young team of showing them those right sort of, habits and that sort of courage, I think is nothing but positive for this team. And Gallagher is just a beauty once again, of course.
Absolutely. Well, it was a really fun game, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this episode of Habs Digest. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below. If you made it to the end of this video, we all see when you guys make it to the end and you comment, we ask you to comment. Comment about the Mitchell Stevens stick. So I want to see something about the Mitchell Stevens stick. Look, we also got the Christmas decorations coming out. It's almost December. The studio's changing. We're getting the good luck charms. There's good vibes right now after this win. And I hope you guys can share some down below. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you guys in the next one.